If God came to you and gave you permission to create any living creature, what would you create? That is an absolute nightmare. Think about why we use plastics. Exactly. Because it hardly deteriorates. Pipes and cables and the ocean won't be safe anymore. Plastic piping in your canals, not safe. We already use fairly aggressive coatings on ships to protect them from sea life. Biofouling issues won't get better with algae being built on breakdown on plastic. Plastics need to be designed to be faster biodegradable. We don't need and don't want aquatic life that takes on plastics. That would only lead to us creating more resistant plastics, mostly fluorine-based ones, which are highly problematic in their synthesis. I'll love you ... alas only from afar, so you won't know it, but it's true. Endliness, everlasting, love in its purest form. I can't show you this love or ever speak of it in your pretense because the fear of your rejection will kill me. I could never be good enough for you, I know this. So I must carry this burning desire in my heart. But please believe, my dearest, that I'm long to look up in your eyes as I fall to your feet to beg for just a bush of your hand in mine. But what my heart will always long for, my God, my only dream would be to see that face ... form its most perfect smile that lights my very core on fire. And to dream that smile is because your eyes meets mine ... But I must not speak of such nonsense ... I'm not deserving of your time, your heart, your smile, but I will always long for it. Does anyone else not think that the world full of Pokemon would be extremely dangerous? They are supposedly intelligent and understand human speech but also have their own unique powers like breathing fire and creating electricity. Some canonically can also literally steal your soul. Plus all the ones that are basically gods and can influence the weather, manipulate time and space. With the way our society is, there's no way we leave those things alone. There's no way every Pokemon is going to want to be a pet or a fighter, and it's going to result in a lot of problems. Fucking dragons, and make them naturally friendly to humans. As cool as they are, they would still frighten the shit out of me. Edit. Holy moly, this blew up. THX for the awards. On a second note, yeah, maybe I wouldn't make them inherently friendly to humans. That would suck. Also, fucking dragons was a mistake. I can see that now. I'm Argentinian and English isn't my first language. The wording was lost on me. My niece would lose her freaking mind. She read the Wings of Fire series and has been obsessed for the last few years. She's a sea dragon named Eel. I asked her if I could be a dragon too. Apparently I'm a rain dragon named Peach, because dragons are named for their environment and rain dragons live in the rainforest and everything grows in the rainforest, so, Peach. I love that kid. Edit. Seawing and Rainwing. Off. Almost let the kiddo down. Edit 2. Thank you for all of the book recommendations. I'm so excited to have a whole arsenal of new adventures for her to dive into. Skyarchus. Lol. Huge intelligent apex predators that are inexplicably friendly to humans. The going theory is that in orca culture it is taboo to kill intelligent creatures like humans or other whales. Look it up. It's crazy. All deadly orca attacks have happened in captivity. They are friendly in the wild. Edit. So I learned they 100% merc whales and dolphins all the time. Lol. Thank you commenters for being mostly quite friendly about my ignorance. You are all Reddit orcas who did not eat me alive. But the point about humans stands. There's even a dope First Peoples legend about it. I would take the base of a bird, about the size of a robin, give it the sheer speed of a falcon, with the maneuverability of a hummingbird. It never needs to sleep and is comfortable around humans, friendly to kids. Dogs and cats don't feel the need to chase or eat it. And lastly, it feeds entirely on flying assholes, wasps, hornets, mosquitoes, junibugs, with sick precision seen only in serial killers. PS will also groom your other pets and eat those parasites too. Highly intelligent though, so they can become aware of what we did to them and declare war on us. All nations will unite against the common enemy, and for a brief moment there will finally be peace among all people regardless of race or gender. but at a terrible cost. Dodos will eventually replace us as the dominant species. We will then be given the option to either be enslaved or flee to space. That, or giant axolotls. I've been thinking about this for years. I would create a modified version of the fire lizards from Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Riders of Pern series, where they're 2-3 foot long dragons that can teleport and psychically bond with a person at hatching. I'd make the a little smarter, about as smart as the average 6-7-year-old kid. Edit. Quick question, which would you prefer? Keep the leathery hide from the books, or switch to a soft, scaly hide? I'd just bring the thought a scene back. Hits me in the gut every time I see the video of the last living specimen. It's one thing for climate change to destroy species by proxy. It's another to have a bounty for the express purpose of wiping out a species. Humans really suck sometimes. Oh, how about a pollutant eater? Feasts on all the bad chemicals we made, methane, nitrous oxide, fluoride gases and other various greenhouse gases, and it poops out synthesizes carbon pellets, or honey. I'd probably make it look like a bee where a colony of it creates webs that attract and trap these pollutants and they would use it as food. Bees, it's just bees, but they're twice as big, black with yellow stripes, unable to trigger any allergies, fly 3x as fast, live 5x longer, don't die when they sting, birth 1.5x as many and 1.25x as often, hunt everything that hunts bees, and are 10x more productive than normal bees, thusly setting right the lowered bee population and all its consequences, and I do mean everything. Remember the time you saw a video of an alligator accidentally eating a bee because it yawned? 10,000 bees hunted him to death. Gone. He managed to kill 12. A completely benevolent, immortal creature that is capable of infiltrating all governments on Earth and controlling them by telepathy or some shit that will work towards unfucking up this planet and bringing peace at a global level via diplomacy and aid wherever possible to implement and slowly work towards eliminating human divisions over religion, race, sex, gender and make everyone chill the fuck out so we can work towards greater stability and technological advancement with a lot less damn unnecessary bickering and inter-government, inter-agency and inter-departmental dick-measuring contests. Finally, the Reddit thread I've been waiting for all my life. I would create Centicorpsipede, a living body of flesh and tentacles, roughly the size of a dog. It only functions through instinct at first, sensing freshly dead bodies, seeking them out, and eating them, as well as old and frail people who cannot defend themselves. In the beginning it strangles its victims, or uses its tentacles to dig the newly dead out of the ground. As Centicorpsipede devour the almost dead and newly dead, arms and legs come alive and appear under it, letting it move better. The eyes are moved to the front, the brain is moved into the head and the organs, skin, bone, tendons, blood etc. is simply added to its flesh. The outer layer of skin covering its entire body is made out of the flayed skin of the faces of those it has eaten. As Centicorpsipede grows, it takes the form of a giant centipede, but with human arms and legs under it to move. It becomes smarter the more brains it has, and its personality is a horrid abomination hive mind of the consumed dead. Its front is a massive maw, where all the teeth go. Like with sharks, the maw has layers and layers with thousands of teeth going backwards down into the throat. All eyes, thousands of them, are around its mouth. So as it grows it takes on the form of a giant worm and a centipede, a long tunnel-like body with the giant maw in front, around it being all the eyes, all limbs under its long body, hundreds, making it move. Centicorpsipede one no longer able to hide its massive moving body, being roughly as big as an elephant, and as long as half a football field, will seek out areas like forests or outskirts of cities where people travel by infrequently. So it goes from preying on the weak and the newly dead, to an ambush predator. Since it knows everything the victims knew in life, it has a tremendous awareness of the surrounding areas and knowledge of people in it, giving it a huge advantage to optimally choose a hunting ground. When it reaches a big enough size, Centicorpsipede will seek out young women to harvest their ovaries, transform itself into a female, creating a hive where it births new ones of itself like it first started out, just a fleshy low-intelligence creature with tentacles acting on instinct. When these become bigger after consuming people, obtaining larger and larger brains, they are connected to the mother centicorpsipede telepathically, so they all think and act as one. After decades, all the centicorpsipedes will converge in a location where the original hive mother will devour all the mature ones. This will make it grow to enormous size, long as the longest train, big as an elephant but shaped like a worm, centipede, thousands upon thousands of legs and arms under it, making it move very fast for its size. The mouth now huge with more teeth than one can count, able to shred any human or animal into paste in seconds as the mouth muscles simple press against any living organism, dragging it by force over the teeth down the throat. The thousands of eyes around its maw are all insinged, staring wildly into random directions as if each eye has its own mind. Standing in front of it, one could both swear that every eye looks at them, and every eye does not. The entire length of its body covered in the anguished faces of the dead, as if masks stretched across its skin. At this point it will no longer hide from humans, or focus on just eating humans. It will rapidly, with uncanny and disturbing speed for its size, devour any living organism it encounters. The absolutely vast knowledge of its now gigantic brain giving it a complete understanding of human tactics, geographical knowledge, locations and so on. With vile fervor it will use its now superintelligence to devour all life it comes across, always being a step ahead. Helicopters can't go close anymore, as disgusting pustules on its back now fire acid blobs with crazy force and precision into the air. When it has fearlessly eaten a few villages and towns, it will burrow into the earth where it will calculate where in the world to emerge next to eat lots of people before humans having time to act against it properly. After this gorilla stage, it burrows again and inverts its wraps around its own head, and centicorpsipede starts eating itself by slowly inverting its mouth over its own body, the sickening putrid goo surrounding it turning it into a cocoon that slowly but constantly shrinks, crushing everything inside to an unbelievable compact density. When the cocoon breaks, it has become a liquid mass that sinks into the ground, leading towards its final life cycle. It becomes a purple living tree, a tree that grows fast. In only a few weeks it is several stories high. The branches are more like tentacles, and on the end of each branch a giant eyeball. On top of the tree, its brain encased in a see-through layer of a purple substance. On the branches grow new centicorpsipede infants like how it started out, dropping to the ground, moving out in the world to renew the cycle. The roots burrowed deep, siphon all nutrition out of the ground so that the vegetation dies, then expands, and expands, and expands. A lone explorer comes over a hill, and spots this huge purple living tree. The giant disturbing lidless eyeballs all turn to look at him in unison. He can hear their voices in his head. He starts crying as the tree forces the memories of every devoured person's dying moments to incapacitate the explorer. The purple roots come up from the ground and strangle him. An eye stalk from a branch lowers to look him in the eye. He is dead, and now he will nourish it. At the end of time, the entire earth covered in purple trees with brains and eyes, having devoured everything with its roots, now feeding off the planet core. An extra-dimensional alien entity arrives out of curiosity to see what these creatures are. It is safe from them, because the purple trees cannot perceive it in its natural dimensional state. The alien creature listens, and under the bark of the tallest tree, it can hear a choir of tortured souls screaming a symphony of despair and pain. Because humanity is still alive, just beneath the layers of bark, they are still conscious, trapped forever in undying pain. Just beneath the bark of the trees. Help me. I can't feel my body, but I'm conscious, and I feel claustrophobically strangled and intertwined as if my mind is blended with countless other minds. Why won't I die? Who was I? Why is this existence only torment? My hands are not my own. They are bark. We are all bark, and our souls are imprisoned in the bark, and we won't die because the roots feed on the planet core. My mind is telling me to create an asexual, immortal, environment-friendly sky whale that eats pollution, garbage and whose waste can be used as an energy source, fuel. My dick is telling me to create a race of elves who are pretty much humans evolved to be as beautiful and aesthetic as possible, and they come in literally every color, shade imaginable. They mate, marry for life. They help us break past all scientific barriers so that we can unlock the secrets of the universe, and they can manipulate their bodies in any way they like. Vaporeon. Did you know that in terms of male human and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans? Not only are they in the field egg group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeon are an average of 303 tall and 63.9 pounds. This means they're large enough to be able to handle human dicks, and with their impressive base stats for HP and access to acid armor, you can be rough with one. Due to their mostly water-based biology, there's no doubt in my mind that an aroused Vaporeon would be incredibly wet, so wet that you could easily have sex with one for hours without getting sore. They can also learn the moves Attract, Baby Doll Eyes, Captivate, Charm and Tail Whip, along with not having fur to hide nipples, so it'd be incredibly easy for one to get you in the mood. With their abilities Water Absorb and Hydration, they can easily recover from fatigue with enough water. No other Pokemon comes close with this level of compatibility. Also, fun fact, if you pull out enough, you can make your Vaporeon turn white. Vaporeon is literally built for human dick. Ungodly defense stat plus high HP pool plus acid armor means it can take cock all day, all shapes and sizes, and still come for more. Assuming I can't make my own infinite wish genie, probably some amazing GHG sequestering fast-growing plant that had an assortment of fruits, each with one taste, texture, and nutrition equal to or better than every type and cut of meat on the market. It'd be fine in any environment, but seeds wouldn't be naturally transported by birds or insects, so their spread could easily be controlled. And animal agriculture and climate change in one go. An animal containing a bajillion different useful genes or even tissues that regenerate, which people could copy, harvest and repurpose. Safe, domesticatable. In other words, it's not about the animal itself, but using a loophole to do industrial espionage on God's nanotechnology portfolio. Tongue. Okay Bob, we've snipped off the faster-than-light drive organ and it's ready for the next probe to Alpha Centauri. Time to ship this cute little guy onto the next lab, and probably see him again in a year after a tree grows again. Nothing super fancy, cause it would immediately be monopolized by the uber rich. If it was for me and only me and no one was allowed to, able to steal it, I would spawn in a small, tilde the size of a medium small dog, leopard, but it would be highly trainable and intelligent, less murder-y, very snuggly, am cuddle deprived, and can take down someone without mauling or killing them. I would stick a neon yellow support animal vest on it after actually getting it certified, and I would have my giant buddy around with me, though I don't think it would go over very well with my 2 cats at home. Altruistic, empathic, and social, and octopuses with an innate understanding of quantum physics and science, 1,000+ year lifespans, who magically thrive on herbivore diets and can breathe both carbon dioxide and oxygen depending on need. Also, either they are like penguins and do well not only on land but in the ocean as well, or they love making diving suits for themselves, which would be helpful if they ever got interested in exploring space. A portal. Wait, bear with me. Every year or so, something comes out to challenge humanity for the right to live on the planet. One year it could be hordes of orcs and Dalag High. Next year, the things from the much underappreciated Brendan Fraser film The Mummy. The next year it could be Romulans. See where I'm going with this? It will make for a much more cooperative human race, or will it? It will underwrite research, give the sci-fi/fantasy genre a boost, like it needs one right now. We could even control a log cabin in the woods crossed with the Alien franchise, get giant biotech companies to devise newer and more entertaining worldwide adventures for mass entertainment, and the mass entertainment and military-industrial complexes could keep us in reality TV for generations.